Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Please may I invite you to take your seats. A very warm welcome to our governors, the chair of the foundation, the headmaster, colleagues, parents, friends of the school, our survivors, and most importantly, you, the pupils, and especially those of you who are in Year 2, who are nearing the end of your time in the pre-prep. Today is all about the pupils and all that you've achieved over the past year. I know Mr. Mari will say more shortly, but I hope each of you can think of something that you've done this year that back in September might have seemed impossible. Perhaps something you've learned, a challenge you've overcome, or a moment you're especially proud of. Let me share a secret. I get nervous when I have to stand up in front of a large group of people a bit like this. And that's why I'm always so impressed by those who do it so confidently. One of my highlights of this year was the brilliant Year 2 production of Little Red Riding Hood. From the moment bold and clever Little Red set off through the forest, carrying her basket for Granny, with a little bit of cheekiness, the whole cast shone. And it struck me that your journey through school has been a little like hers. You started out smaller, perhaps quieter, maybe a little unsure, but look at us now, brave, confident, and more than ready to handle whatever wolves come your way. Perhaps a tricky maths problem, a new concept in science, or maybe a missing shoe. You've learned so much, not just in lessons, but about working together, being kind, and how to speak up for yourselves and others, just like Little Red did. And just as Little Red had the SLOP, the Secret League of Pigs, helping her on her way, you too have had the help of committed teachers, teaching assistants, and of course loving parents, when and if things have got tough. Next term, Year 2 will be heading into a new forest, the prep school. It might feel a bit different at first, but we know you'll thrive there, just as you have in the pre-prep. You have everything you need with you. Your bravery, your curiosity, your skills, and best of all, you have each other. You'll begin this next adventure together. So keep working hard, keep working together, be the very best versions of you can be, and we look forward to seeing you continue to grow and achieve great things. And as you put on your prep school uniforms with pride, no wolfskin coats I should add, step into the next part of your journey with courage and confidence, knowing that we all want you to excel and be happy. And that's my cue to stop talking, to hand over to Mrs. Martin and the pupils who will lead us in the school prayer. Thank you. Guests,
governors, headmaster, ladies and gentlemen, survivors and children, welcome to Prizegiving 2025. It's a joy to welcome you all to this celebration of our pre-preparatory school year. A year filled with learning, laughter and above all, kindness. A particularly warm welcome to our head pupils of the preparatory school, Edward and Ivani, both of whom are affectionately referred to as survivors. Those pupils who started their school journey in the pre-prep and have continued all the way through the school and therefore sat once where you, Year 2, are sat today, wide-eyed and full of promise. We look forward to hearing from them shortly. I'd like to focus my summary this year on the theme of kindness, not just as a value, but as a legacy. Like seeds scattered in a garden, the acts of kindness we witness in our school take root and grow in ways we may never fully see. But like those seeds that do blossom and flower, my goodness, aren't they just beautiful? These moments of kindness, they shape our community. They nurture our friendships and leave footprints for others to follow. Across the pre-prep, one shared celebration of curiosity this year has stood out, our maths challenge. From reception to Year 2, children donned their most imaginative creations for the Maths Hat Parade and brought numbers to life on the stage in Cobham Theatre. Songs were sung, patterns were explored, ingredients weighed and baked and puzzles joyfully solved. Whether counting, calculating or simply marvelling at the magic of numbers, the children approached each challenge with enthusiasm and praise for one another. It was a challenge where mathematical thinking met creative flair, and where kindness, as ever, was the common denominator. In nursery, kindness began with the smallest of gestures, kneading hedgehog bread for harvest, sharing stories beneath frost-tipped trees, and crafting stick men with muddy hands and open hearts. They celebrated difference on Odd Sock Day, though I must confess that every day is Odd Sock Day for me. Whether welcoming Pudsey Bear, flipping pancakes or planting seeds in the garden, our youngest children discovered that kindness can be stirred, painted, planted and sung. It was there in the careful crafting of Diwali lamps, in the joy of cherry cakes for Red Nose Day, and in the quiet pride of Sports Day cheers, each moment a seed of empathy gently sown. In reception, those seeds took root and grew. The children welcomed parent visitors for Eid, listened intently to stories of Little Mouse's bravery, and watched in awe as caterpillars transformed into butterflies. Each experienced a lesson in patience and respect. They built dens and friendships in forest school, and embraced the joy of giving during the Paddington Bear Scarecrow Challenge. Whether identifying birds for the Big Garden Bird Watch or learning about bees from Mr. Goodall, they showed that kindness is not only felt, it's observed, it's nurtured and it's passed on. In every shared discovery and every thoughtful gesture, our younger learners have shown us that kindness, when lived daily, becomes more than a value. It really does become a legacy. In Year 1, kindness wasn't just something we talked about, it was something we saw every day, in the way the children treated one another and the world around them. I'll never forget the sight of them, teddy bears in hand, singing in the woods, or proudly offering up their third bowl of porridge on World Porridge Day because it was just right. They raised money for children they'll never meet. They welcomed parents and visitors with open arms, and they beamed with pride as they guided us through their very own Natural History Museum. And when they slipped on white gloves to handle artefacts from our school's past, celebrating 25 years at Avon House, they understood in their own quiet way that they're part of something bigger. In their questions, their laughter and their care for one another, they've shown us that kindness is not just a value we teach, it's a legacy they're already living. And now to our Year 2 children, the stars of today's show. Kindness has danced through every tale and trail. It's been woven in wonder, stitched into story. They wore it wild for the World Wildlife Fund. They cradled a golden egg from Zog with gentle hands and watched in awe as a baby dragon took flight. Its straw-strewn nest, a mystery solved with wide eyes and even wilder imaginations. They lovingly laboured over a legendary Lego lunar landing. Try saying that on a hot afternoon. launched rockets skyward and stepped inside a planetarium where stars whispered secrets of the universe. Their scientific curiosity bubbled over, quite literally, in fact, as they investigated slippery shoes, tested scooters, and filled the air with shimmering spheres during their Crest science adventures. At Warwick Castle, falcons soared and legends stirred, while back at school we had a spacecraft crash land, and it sparked questions only the kindest, the most curious minds could ask. Their final adventure at Blackwell was a celebration of courage and care, of friendships forged and memories made. In every act of wonder, in every shared smile, they showed us that kindness is not only something that we carry, it's something we launch like a rocket into the future. But before we continue, I would like to pause for a moment of reflection. This year we lost someone very dear to our school community, our beloved bursar, Mrs. Leslie Brooks. Leslie's kindness was not loud or showy, but it was everywhere. In every corner of the school she helped shape, in every decision she made with care, in every child whose experience was made better because of her. Her legacy is one of quiet strength, of boundless generosity and profound kindness. We miss her deeply and we honour her today. As of course is tradition, we also say farewell to members of staff who are moving on, just like our song in chapel today. Miss Rose Flint, who has brought warmth and care to our nursery children, will be leaving us at the end of this year, and we thank her for her dedication and wish her every happiness in the future. And after more than 25 years of extraordinary service, we bid a fond farewell to Mrs. Jo Lockhart. Jo has been a constant presence in the lives of hundreds of children. Survivors, which of you were with Mrs. Lockhart in pre-prep? Put your hands up. We're back in school, come on. There we go. Her legacy is also one of unwavering kindness. She's been a steady hand, a warm heart and a bastion of care in our school. Mrs. Lockhart, thank you for everything. I want to offer my sincere gratitude for all of our staff too: teaching and support, administrative, catering, domestic, grounds, estates, bus drivers, medical staff, the school executive and our governors and foundation team. Indeed, everyone who works within the school. Your dedication, seen and unseen, is the foundation of everything that we celebrate today. To our parents, thank you for your continued support. The strength of the home-school relationship is one of our greatest assets, and your partnership makes all the difference. A child's education is like a tapestry, each thread woven by a different hand. Teachers, parents, friends, support staff all contribute their colours and textures, and together they create something beautiful, something strong and lasting. An extremely important part of our school community, of course, is our parent association. I wish to thank all of our parent volunteers who support this superb group, with special thanks indeed to our chair, Mrs. Malhotra, our PA secretary, Mrs. Yeend, and our treasurer, Mrs. Thomas, who have been a continuous source of support and drive for the school and for the children. And you all join me in thanking our parent association volunteers. Year 2. Let's talk about what you are. You are kind. You've shown it in the way you help each other, in the way you cheer for your friends, in the way you welcome others with open arms. Kindness isn't something that you just do, it is something that you are. And that, Year 2, is your legacy. As you move on to the prep school, remember the seeds you've planted here in the pre-prep will continue to grow. Keep planting them wherever you go. Be the footprints that younger children will follow. Be the stars that form a constellation of kindness shining light all around. Because long after you've left pre-prep, just like Edward and Avani, just like all of our 6 survivors who have joined us today, it's their kindness that's remembered, and your kindness that's remembered. While classes, names and buildings change, it's kindness that remains. Can I ask you all to join me in celebrating our Year 2 leavers. And now we move on to the prizes. So to invite Edward and Ivani to share the prizes, which Mrs. Weston will hand across. For progress in English, Aaron Bogle, Savi Dayol, Alistair Hill and Leah Kalias. Also for progress in English, Joseph McTernan, Mason Sidhu, Isabel Swain and Fabio Vejovich Wilson. Attainment in English, Mirika Malhotra. For progress in mathematics, Sayan Dadra, Zora Wagil and George Herbert. Continuing with progress in mathematics, Ella Morris and Charlotte Sesford, and for attainment in mathematics, Aryan Lal, Sebastian Newland. Continuing with attainments in mathematics, Sasha Quigley-Willis, Amber Salisbury and Sam Twining. Attainment in science, Harry Beering, Kishan Singh Malmi, Isaac Shafi and Finlay Stiley. Attainment in humanities, Scarlett Jagger, Thomas Minchell, William Pilgrim and Theo Young. For attainment in performing arts, Samantha Smith and Hattie Spears. For attainment in creative arts, Emmeline Goodall and Reese Howells. Continuing with attainment in creative arts, Sienna Jukendrup, Holly Rouse and Georgia Souter, and for attainment in music, India Kemp. Attainment in physical education, Joseph James, William Newton and Oliver O'Connell. The Boys Games Cup is awarded to Huxley Lancaster, the Girls Games Cup to Harriet Townsend. The Clegg Cup for Performing Arts to Sophia Gooderham, and the Powell Cup for Music to Alice Silcock. The Thorne Cup for Art to Nafisa Segar, and the Stuart Davis Cup for Humanities is awarded to Shiva Mashama. The Joanne Lemon Cup for English is awarded to Lily Rose DeLely, and the Pinfield Mathematics Cup to Edward Brand. The Rogers Cup for Science is awarded to Sebastian Stenning, and the OHS Merit Cup for Attitude to Learning, Piper Lee. The White Cup for Participation and Effort is awarded to Bobby Slater, and the Jubilee Cup for Engagement across the curriculum to Nancy Townsend. The Nigel Fedden Progress Cup is awarded to Ava Linnell, and the Pickering Young Bromsgrovian Cup to Samuel Proctor. The Duval Reid Bromsgrove Values Cup is awarded to Lois Yeend, and the McDonnell Cup for Outstanding Achievement, Harry Brand. brings us to the end of our prizes year 2. I'd now like to invite Avani and then Edward forward to share some reflections on their time through the pre-prep group.
Hello everyone, my name is Avani Patel and I'm the head girl of the prep school. Some of you are getting ready to leave pre-prep and I wanted to share a few memories from when I was your age and tell you a bit about what comes next. I joined Rising Threes in nursery and I had an amazing time all the way to year 2 with lots of fond memories along the way. I even met my best friend in pre-prep, who is still my closest friend today. One of my favourite memories was the day we launched a teddy bear into space. I remember thinking, wow, a teddy in space, that's incredible. Another favourite was when we made tie-dye t-shirts. I was so excited, I could hardly sit still. I couldn't wait to see how it would turn out, and I certainly wasn't disappointed. The result was great, and the experience of being able to design my own shirt was so much fun. When I wore it to the summer fete, I was proud to show it off. And then there was the time in year 2, during our Out of Africa topic, when we were painting African animals. I decided to paint an elephant, and I was so focused on getting the trunk just right that I accidentally gave it 5 legs. I didn't even notice until someone pointed it out to me. I had said it was a special elephant. I took it home and stuck it proudly on the fridge, and it's still there today. These are just a few of the special memories I've got from my time at pre-prep. Looking back, I feel very lucky to have had so many fun and exciting experiences. Now, I know some of you might be feeling a bit nervous about moving up to the prep school, but that's totally normal. I felt the same way, but I promise, there's so much to look forward to. At prep school, some things stay the same. The teachers are still super kind and helpful, but there are also some new things, like a bigger school, a longer day, and yes, a little bit more homework. But don't worry, it's not all about the work. You still get to do fun things like forest school and join groups like Pupil Voice and the Eco Committee. And there are loads of clubs and activities like sports, music, art, lambda, you name it. There's so much to try, which brings me to my one piece of advice, something that I wish I listened to when it was suggested to me as I was sat where you are now. Don't be afraid to try new things, even if you're not sure what they are. Even if you're the only one in your form or year group signing up to something, just go for it anyway, and you'll find that you'll make new friends and have fun. Another great thing at the prep school are the trips. On top of all the local trips and experiences you'll have each year, there are 3 main residential trips. In year 4, we had bushcraft, where you get to build shelters and toast marshmallows. You'll have an outdoor adventure like this experience too. In year 6, we got to do beachcraft by the sea. Now year 6 enjoy a trip to PGL in Shropshire, where they do high wire courses, team building skills and other fun stuff too. And in year 8, we had a week in Wales doing lots of outdoor activities. One thing I can guarantee is that there will be lots of smiles. So, if you remember just a few things from today, let them be this. Have fun, embrace change, and make the most of every opportunity. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Edward Solis, head boy of prep school. It's 10 years since I joined in Rising Fours, and I am loving every step of my Bromsgrove journey. From my time at pre-prep, I developed strong interests which remain with me, and I will carry into senior school with me. One of these interests is acting. From Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat in year 2, in which I played Jacob with the long grey beard, to the time I was very disappointed that it snowed on the day I was meant to play Joseph in the nativity and the event was cancelled. I became really interested in nature from doing forest school at pre-prep, and I was happy to find that forest school continues into 3 and 4. And when I got to prep school, I joined the Eco Committee, and as you'll heard from our pre-prep assemblies, we encourage everyone to be climate friendly and to work to making our school a more sustainable world. I was in year 3 and 4 during COVID, and during my first online reading lesson, I chose to read the first chapter of The Secret Garden, in which everyone dies from a pandemic, which was an interesting choice. But even when we were working online, there's always been so much to keep me interested at school. Whenever grown-ups say that being at school is the best time of your life, children always sigh, but trust me, it's true. Years 3 and 4 are a bridge to settling into prep school and having new adventures, and the support of our wonderful teachers makes the transition smooth. The trips and events in prep school enabled me to settle in and further bond with my friends that I had made in pre-prep, as well as meet new pupils and make new friends. In my first draft of this speech, I wanted to say that I wish I had been able to get involved in more things at prep, but my mum says that I couldn't possibly have fitted anything else in. Pre-prep, it's normal to worry about making changes and changing to a different part of the school, but there are so many new adventures to be had and opportunities to take up that with the support of your teachers and your friends and your family, there's so much to look forward to together. Make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. Learn from your mistakes and enjoy the trips and the clubs. Thank you and enjoy your day and all the adventures ahead of you.
I invite Ella and Sienna forward to make a presentation on behalf of pre-prep.
Good afternoon everyone. I'm Claire Lidbury, Vice Chair of Governors at Bromsgrove School, and I want to say congratulations to all you prize winners there, and amazing congratulations to these two. They did splendidly. Education is not just about how much each of all of you have learned here. What is more important is what you have become in the process, how you have changed, grown and succeeded on your own terms in these superb surroundings of this wonderful school. I congratulate you all. My role today is simple. It is to give thanks to all those who make this school such a special place. First, that the school is looking so smart and spruce and that we have such a high standard of facilities and service is down to a myriad of support personnel who day in and day out make it their business to deliver for the school and your children. They have been busy all year, and they will be busy now and may often go unnoticed, but please, not by you. When you see them out and about at school, particularly this afternoon, please pass on your thanks for all they do behind the scenes. Secondly, thank you to those staff whose privilege it is to educate. They shoulder the challenge and responsibility of spreading knowledge and teaching values that will literally last a lifetime. They are well deserving of our thanks, not just for the obvious passion and creativity with which they discharge their responsibilities, but also for the loving care, kindness and attention that they focus on your children. It will not have escaped many of you that it has been a challenging time to work in a leadership role in a public school in the UK. Calm under fire and clear-headed in a complex and changing environment, the executive and senior management teams of the school have held true to the principles of this school's traditional success, that is, its values and its continuous commitment to excellence, whilst mindful of the need to deliver value and fairness. I commend them all to you for their positivity, hard work and creativity in charting the school through the choppy waters of the last 12 months. I cannot let this moment pass without acknowledging the sad death this school year of our wonderful bursar, Leslie Brooks. For all those who knew her, she was an inspiration. Wise, respected, brave, a true leader, yet kind, generous and funny. At a time like this, it might be easy to feel sadness and loss. And yet, just recently, as I visited the 4 school sites, we felt the joy and celebration of her presence all around us. In the bricks and mortar of the building project she oversaw, the glorious gardens, and the calm and effective efficiency of all those who worked with and for her. She has no finer legacy than this school to which she gave her life, and she will long live within it. There is also a cadre of people whom you might not see that often, but who behind the scenes are working many hours for the school for no reward other than seeing it survive and thrive. These are our governors and foundation trustees, who deploy their immense wisdom and their combined skills and experiences to rise to the seismic changes in our sector and anticipate and prepare for an unpredictable future. Through good strategic governance and commitment to our core values, they continue to ensure that all parts of the school are treated fairly and receive both support and investment when needed, and are prepared to respond to changing trends. They are especially aware of the recent increased gross cost to our parents in choosing private education for their children, and remain focused on minimising cost and securing additional income sources to continue to provide high quality experiences balanced with value for money. Our gratitude is very much due to our President, our Chair of Foundation, the Foundation trustees and all of my fellow school governors for their wisdom, commitment and service. I would like to say thank you also to all of you, our families. We never take your interest or support for granted. We understand the duty that we undertake in looking after and teaching your children, and thank you for the faith and trust in us you demonstrate by choosing to send your children here. We have been especially grateful of this demonstration of trust at a time we know it has come at a financial cost, and we will work tirelessly to ensure that you have made the best choice for your children. We particularly thank all of those who donate their time to the Parents Association and all those who support their work and events. Finally, we thank your children for taking part and giving themselves with energy and enthusiasm to the daily opportunities and challenges of school life, and for being such a credit to you all this afternoon. That just leaves me to wish you all a wonderful and well-earned summer break. It is a chance to spend time together with your loved ones, to recharge your batteries and to make some wonderful memories. September is 8 long weeks away. Make the most of them. Thank you.